It's easy to feel lost or alone in this big expansive universe we live in. But just how big is the speck of dust that we are exactly? Well, lucky for you, I take astrophysics, and I have a few answers to your many questions. Here we are, just a speck of dust in the Milky Way galaxy here on planet Earth. A galaxy contains about 100 billion stars. If we were to say each star was one individual penny, each penny would be 200 miles from the next penny. That's how far away our stars are in our galaxy. That's half the distance from LA to San Francisco. Now, I want to give you some perspective on how big the planet Earth and what's beyond really is. Picture your bedroom as the planet Earth. 4 billion cities fit inside it. San Francisco is only the size of a penny, and a human is simply a speck of dust. Now, picture your bedroom as the sun. Earth is the size of a softball. The sun is the size of 100 Earths across. The sun is 1 million Earths in volume. That's pretty huge. Now, let's picture your bedroom as the solar system. The sun is the size of a grain of sand. It's the length of 10,000 suns across, and planets are nothing more than dust particles. Continuing on, picture your bedroom as an entire galaxy. Each star is the size of an atom. They're 1 millimeter apart on average. 1 centimeter of light takes 100 years to travel. Now, picture your bedroom as a group of galaxies. A regular galaxy is the size of a bottle cap. Anything smaller than that is unimaginable. Now, picture your bedroom as a galaxy supercluster. A galaxy is the size of a tiny baby aspirin. Light takes 300 million years to cross the room. Wow, those are some mind-boggling numbers. Now, let's talk about the universe in terms of distance. If the distance between LA and San Francisco is about 2 million feet, or rather 400 miles, it would take 8 days to walk that distance, 6 hours by car, or 1 hour by plane. Let's pretend we're measuring San Francisco, the entire city, as 1 meter. That would make one house in the city about a millimeter. If we measure Earth's distance as a meter, San Francisco would be a millimeter. Earth's diameter is 8,000 miles across and 25,000 miles around. If the distance to the moon is 1 meter, then Earth would measure to 7 millimeters and the moon would be 3 millimeters. It would take days in a spacecraft, weeks by plane, and months by car to travel that distance. The nearest star system is about 25 trillion miles away. It would take 4 years to reach that distance at the speed of light, or 50,000 years in a spacecraft. The speed of light is equivalent to 186 miles per second. That's going across the US 10 times in the blink of an eye. The distance to the sun is 8 light minutes. An important astronomical unit of measurement is a light year. A light year is the amount of distance that light travels in 1 full year, which is equal to about 6 trillion miles. It's interesting to think that the universe is 99.99% empty, and so are we, despite how cluttered we may feel at times. Lastly, let me tell you about another important aspect of astronomy: time. Let's recall some significant events from our universe's timeline. Humans came about around 200,000 years ago. Before them were the first animals, about 600,000 years ago. Birth of life on Earth itself was about 4 billion years ago, and at about 5 billion years ago, the formation of sun and planets occurred. The Milky Way was formed 7 billion years ago, and the first stars and galaxies were created about 13 billion years ago. And now the event of it all, the Big Bang, occurred about 14 billion years ago. Trust me, I know what you're thinking. All that information just made you feel even smaller in this big universe. It's even bigger than you'd initially anticipated. Well, there's something I want you to keep in mind. Yes, we do live in a giant universe, far bigger than we can imagine, but we're here for a reason. Your place on Earth is important. Everyone's place is important, because without that, without you, the world, the universe, it wouldn't be the same.